Crystal.
And I'm Rachel, aka Felicity. Before we get started on today's video, I thought I told you to wear a bad boy band t-shirt. What is that?
One Direction? I mean, Harry Styles has some bad boy looking hair going on over here, don't you think?
Only on Wattpad.
Dark Harry. Which is perfect, because this actually brings us to today's topic, which is writing a good bad boy. So there are some givens about writing a bad boy. He's most likely going to be very good looking. He's going to have attitude, and probably going to drive an extremely expensive, nice car. But there are some things that we want to watch out for to make sure that our bad boy doesn't turn the relationship between him and our MC into a toxic one.
Make your bad boy relatable. Give him good character qualities. Make him a human being. You're not writing, this archetypal bad boy. Make him human. That humans have good and bad. Don't make him completely bad. That's not going to go well for your MC. It's not going to go well for your reader. Give him something, a soft spot for something. Kittens, puppies, his little sister, ice cream, something.
Ooh, I like him already.
Yeah, I got Ben & Jerry's in the freezer. Anyway, back on topic. Or make him someone that the reader will fall in love with, because they're not going to fall in love with someone who's just plain a dick.
Which brings us to the don't. Don't make your bad boy 100% asshole. An asshole is an asshole. There's no changing that. No matter what you try to do at this point, there's no reason for your MC to like them. There's no reason for the people around him to like him. He's just an asshole. And so you don't want to do that. So back to bringing in the redeeming qualities in order to make him likable. He needs to eat ice cream to be likable.
And, do give him a good backstory to explain why he has his guard up, to explain why he's brooding and sulking, because there's going to be a reason for that, and your reader wants to know what that reason is. So don't sit there and just make him, like you said, a total asshole, because it's not going to make your reader even care about what happens to him, and it's gonna start making your MC look like a doofus.
Yeah, if there's not some reasoning there, something for him or her to cling on to, then what is the whole point of this relationship? At this point, it's just all really, really toxic. So I think that backstory kind of gives some justification to maybe what's going on with him, and it's something that everybody can relate to. So now you want to keep on reading about this person once you learn that, and maybe at this point, hopefully, fingers crossed, your readers are cheering for the bad boy and your MC to get together.
And not a justification for being an asshole. We're talking about a justification for having his guard up. Two very big different things.
Yeah, definitely. So that brings us to the don't, which is don't let your MC forgive his assholery just because he's good looking. There are plenty of really good looking boyfriends, husbands, significant others out there that are dicks. It doesn't change that. So we see this a lot. I feel like that the reason that he deserves a second chance, the reason she should let him in, is because he's hot. What?
That's so superficial. Yeah. Do you really want your MC to be that shallow that all she cares about is looks?
And it brings you back again to what we were just talking about, that if that's the case, now you've set up not only for your MC to perhaps look dingy, or like she has no self-esteem, or whatever it is, but now you have a shallow MC. What is likable now about this MC? And it's all coming down to that you've written this love interest that is despicable. Right. He's now become kind of your villain of the story. And there's something to be said for a great story that is written where the MC falls in love with the villain. But in this case, sometimes if he's an asshole, I mean, even that villain that they fall in love with, there's a redeeming quality there again. This really comes down to you doing the work to save your MC from becoming, you know, just getting into a toxic relationship and everybody looking at them like, what are you doing? Nobody's going to keep reading if they're not enjoying the MC.
Do show your bad boy growing as a character. I've talked about this in past videos. I've talked about this on Wattpad in announcements or, you know, talks with readers. Character growth is so important. If your characters aren't growing, I mean, there are certain characters who are meant to be static, you know, flat, but they're not going to be your MC or your MC's love interest. They need to be characters that have grown. Show your bad boy growing. He needs to make progress in overcoming this conflict because he's going to have all kinds of it. He's going to have conflict. He's going to have internal conflict with himself. He's going to have external conflict, perhaps with the main character at some point, or with his family, for instance. Maybe his family has something to do with his inner turmoil. We're going to have that conflict, and you need to show your character overcoming it, and that goes for bad boys too. You want to see him growing as a person, and you want to see the chip fall off his shoulder.
Which brings us to, do not write that love cures all for your bad boy. It is not responsible writing if they are dealing with some complex issues, family issues, mental health issues. Love cannot cure that. It could be a catalyst for making some changes, but it can't be that it was hugged and kissed away. That's just not responsible writing. It's not at all realistic, because if there's a problem there and we don't address the problem in a healthy way, it's going to become a problem down the road.
Absolutely.
And even if you don't write that it does, you're setting it in people's mind that it was hugged and kissed away, and
they can do the same thing
in life. It's just, you can't. It's not realistic. It is a terrible thing to write. I'd rather see that character even turn his back on what is in front of him right now to go deal with him before he jumps full force into that relationship. I think that makes a better story.
Definitely. I agree.
So, what have we learned? We've learned that you need to make your bad boy someone that is deserving of your MC's adoration. So make sure that you make him handsome. You give him a nice car. As Rachel would say, make sure he has good hair. But make sure that he's not creating a toxic relationship for your MC.
All right, we hope you've learned a little bit about what to do and what not to do in order to write an effective bad boy. So go out and do it. We can't wait to read it.
Remember that you can read our stories for free on the Pad of Watt at Crystal and Felicity.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and sign up for notifications so you never miss one of our Fun Friday uploads.
Thank you so much for watching, and as always,
write what you love.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Attitude, a little swag to him, and drive a pretty amazing vehicle. But there's a lot of things that
your cats are fighting. Your cats.
Hey bitches! Try to perform a video here. Go be a weirdo somewhere.
It's blurry, so all I can see is like two gray blobs, like blah.